One thing I will like give ourselves a little flowers for is I do feel like I have really, really good instincts on politicians, and you do too. Like the first time I saw Governor Walz pull the receipts, I was like, not this guy. This guy is a freak, and he's not going to land the way people think he does. Cut to, he's a freak. Didn't land the way people does. Not Ashley, my producer behind, is laughing because she knows it's true.
That's why
Uh-huh.
that's so
Yeah. So
that's your expertise, because you remember full well I loved. I was like, oh my god, I
you
love
d-
this guy.
I
He's
and
going to
I
be
was like,
great.
it's
So
not
I
gonna
was
land.
wrong.
Clay, I'm sorry. Clay was the fan.
Yeah,
But there's
don't call that. Don't use
I'm
that
sorry.
example.
Well, we both like Amy Klobuchar. Like you,
We
we
do.
both. I still do literally like her. I don't know why the Democrats don't embrace her more. But one person that people keep coming to me like everywhere. They're like, Jasmine Crockett is the shit. Jasmine Crockett, Jasmine Crockett, and I'm like, Jasmine Crockett is ostensibly a social media star and nothing more. And I want to show you this clip that went around social media over the weekend, number two, when she was on CNN. And I want to just say something to anyone interviewing people like Jasmine Crockett in the future, because if she were sitting in front of me, I would not let her get away with something like this without following up. If people are going to throw out shit like this, there has got to be a follow up asking how. Play number two, please.
With Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, some of your fellow House Democrats say, and not just progressives, by the way, we've heard that moderates have said this too, that they're ready to support her to challenge Chuck Schumer in a Democratic primary. Would you get behind that?
That's 4 years from now. If you were asking me at least in 2 years, then I would have an absolute answer. But I can tell you that there are a lot of people that are watching his leadership in this moment. This is the moment. We don't even know what elections will look like in 4 years, if we will have elections. And so I definitely think that younger, fresher leadership may be something that many of us, not just depending on what part of the spectrum you're on, but many Americans may be looking for, especially in the state of New York.
All right, so shout out to Jake Tapper and his yellow tie for not responding. I want to know how. Does America not exist? How are we not having elections? I know you're laughing, Clint, but like, how are we not having elections in 4 years? Has the apocalypse happened? Has democracy ended? Is the plot of the movie Civil War, which I was sent a screener of a million years ago, which is actually quite a good movie, is Trump enacting himself to a third term? How is this productive to have a congressperson saying that we're like not going to exist as a nation and not have an election in 4 years? I think this is the stuff that people are very sick of because I don't find it based in reality. Feel free to disagree with me, Clay. I'm filibustering.
No, I don't disagree with you, because I've always said I don't. Maybe the reason I can't win is because I'm not a fan of hyperbole, but we can't pretend that both parties haven't done it. I mean, death panels
Yeah.
people were not going to believe that the government was going to choose who was going to die, back in 2010. So, you know, you Jasmine Crockett is a very smart woman. Now,
Yes,
you may not
that's why I don't
you may not love
understand this.
her,
Yeah.
you may not love her style or the way she does, but she is a smart woman and she knows how to raise that money. She knows how to play to that base. And that's, as I've said to you many times, that's the most frustrating part about politics now versus 30 years ago or even 15 years ago, is that both sides, both parties have essentially all they do is pander to their base. And
But can I ask you, who's the lady that I forgot her name offhand? I interviewed her like so many times. She ran for governor of Georgia and lost, and then said the election was stolen from
Stacey
her.
Abrams.
Yeah, Stacey Abrams. So what I find fascinating about people on the left, and Republicans do this too, because like Carrie Lake has a job in the administration, but like losing isn't necessarily like a negative. I mean, it's true. Carrie Lake does nothing but lose, and she still has a job, a bad job.
I don't do anything but lose either, girl. So what?
Sorry. But I just want to ask, like, there's a difference between being good on clips that are going to make like progressives go crazy on social media and then actually governing. I don't doubt that Democrats want a fighter and they want someone that's going to be really tough and go against Trump. I just don't take this kind of rhetoric seriously. I just don't take this kind of thing seriously. I think she's very smart. I think she's beautiful. I think she would be interesting in any other ways. I think this is the wrong path for her. Do you agree?
It depends on what she wants, right? If she wants to run for president or governor of Texas or Senate in Texas, probably not the path. But Jasmine Crockett has a powerful platform that she can use right now in the House. She's highly unlikely to be trying to run for Senate in Texas. And she probably is looking for positions in leadership within the Democratic Party in the House, because that's what's available to a House member from Texas if they're Democrats. So, I mean, I think it's viable in that way. You got people, you've got the shit stirs, and you got the people who spray the Lysol, and some people you sort of need both. And I think unfortunately now both in the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, the shit stirrers get slots on Jake Tapper, and the folks who try to make things work cohesively don't often get exposure or attention or clickbait articles written about them.